Okay, so I decided to take a trip back to Syracuse University because I was here for, the marriage of one of my kids. And let me show you guys just where I used to roam. This is where I taught finance at Syracuse. I was here from 2001 to I think 2013. And I left them like this, and that's because you want to have your fuck you money up so that in case you are dealing with racism on the job, you can walk away. So anyway, let me show you guys. Okay. So these are the hallways I roamed, and I would teach my students, and it was good, I really actually enjoy teaching black people more. So I'm much happier teaching in the Black Business School and at Simmons College, which is a HBCU in Kentucky. Teaching black people is what I was built for. But I spent a lot of years teaching people who weren't black. I loved them, but the work wasn't relevant to me, but what I do now is more relevant. So anyway, I'm here and I was, so let me show you guys where my office was. Hey, how are you? There it is. And so my office was right here. It was, and now it's occupied by somebody else. I don't know who that person is, but this is where I used to teach, and this is where I was every day for so many years. And so being here is interesting because it's like a mixed bag. Because on one hand, it was the start of my career after I got my PhD, and I remember thinking that I thought that a black man who has a certain amount of education could kind of not have to deal with as much racism, or a black man who who's teaching in academia. Academia is more fair and a meritocracy. And I found that a lot of scholars are just petty bastard bitches and as racist as you can get. So I was fighting the whole time. Now here's my thing, here's my philosophy. I ain't nobody's punk. You are not going to intimidate me. You are not going to weaken me. I am not built like motherfucking fabric softener, goddammit. I'm a black man, and you're not gonna break me down. So I said to myself, they're not gonna have me over here stressed out about what they doing. They gonna be stressed out about what I'm doing. So I wanna encourage everybody. Like, if you dealing with it, you going through it, you stay black, you stay strong, you stay focused, you do your best, and pursue excellence, and your life will come together for you. That's what, so yeah, they messed with me. They tried to do this and derail me and blackball me. I didn't care. I deal with every black man's solution ticket is, I learned how to start a business, and I got the fuck out. And now that I've got out, I am so much happier, and I have I'm not here like, oh, they hurt my feelings, and it was so hard, and life here, dealing with racism was not fair, because Black Lives Matter, and they just don't know that Black Lives Matter. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's like, you know what? You're racist. You don't hire. You don't really promote black people. I don't think that they promoted a black person in my department in 100 years. Literally 100 years, right? So the thing is
the dean black?
The dean was black. They had a black dean.
He's not here anymore?
Unfortunately, sometimes you have black people who are kind of licensed by whites because they support the white supremacist power structure. Okay. And that's what caused he and I to kind of have a conflict. We weren't enemies. Like, I was friends with him. So it was one of those things where a black person who, you got those black people who understand what you're dealing with, but they kind of feel like you should not be as vocal. And I was like, no, that's bullshit. Like, what they're doing is wrong, and we need to speak out on this. So we just had different dispositions. I didn't have any ill will toward them. I don't have any ill will toward any of this, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, okay, they paid me over $1 million over the time I was here. It set the foundation for me to move forward. And the thing is that, and this is really for the men out here, like, if you're really a man, you don't sit around and bitch and cry about what another man tried to do to you. You fight back. You get together with your brothers, you align yourself, you get militarized, you start fucking busting your ass, and you're gonna get yours, So don't give up and never ever fall for the temptation of feeling sorry for yourself. So while I was here at Syracuse, I had a great time. It was a shit show. I mean, I definitely raised a lot of hell and fought with a lot of people. I got a lot of jobs for black people. When I was here, and I was publicly saying, I'm gonna sue you. you know. And so as a result, they did eventually, you know, kind of get me to go or whatever, but they hired a lot of black administrators and faculty the year after I left, or the year after my controversy, because they wanted to prove that they weren't racist, because they knew that they were. Like I was like, look, it's not like me saying that they're racist. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. Look at the data. Look at how many black people they've hired. So I personally feel like, you know, being here was a fun part of my career. You know, like I said, no matter what environment I'm in, and I want everybody to just kind of know this, like, and this is to me what black power is. Power is energy, right? Energy defines how things move. The sun has more energy than all the planets. The sun will not revolve around a planet. The planets must revolve around the sun. Why? Well, because the sun has the most energy. The sun has the most power. So in your life, you got a choice. Are you going to be a planet, or are you going to be the sun? So you can either revolve around other people's shit and react to what they doing, or you can be so powerful and so great and so amazing that they're gonna have to fucking react to you. So in my mind, I always decided I'm gonna be the sun, because you ain't gonna crush my greatness. You know, your racism, white supremacy ain't gonna come get me. It's gonna be a battle, but you ain't gonna kill my spirit. You know, so I encourage everybody to believe in yourself. Just go for it. So when I was here, you know, I knew I was good. I knew I was smarter than most of the people here, you know, and so I was ready for the fight, and we had a fight. It's over now. Now my career has like gone to levels that they could never dream of, and I say that humbly, you know, and I have no ill will. You know, racism does not hurt my feelings. I hurt racism's feelings. How about that? I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you later. Oh, do you want me? Should we keep recording?